Welcome to the Wednesday edition of the SNews right here at LonghornStation.com with Ahmad Brooks. I'm John Danny. We comprise the wake-up call Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 right here on the Longhorn Station. Now today we're talking about Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant, who is one of only 3 men in the last 30 years to score 25 or more points for 25 or more games, joining Allen Iverson, who was MVP the year he did it, and Michael Jordan, some guy named Jordan who did it twice. But pretty elite company. Now the question is, can Kevin Durant legitimately be an MVP candidate in a league where Kobe and LeBron reside?
I think he can. And I know it sounds crazy to think, but I think about when Kobe Bryant won his first one 2 years ago, and he had 3 NBA titles. And I think it boils down to how you elevate your level of play. Yes, scoring points and statistics, those are great. But we've seen a lot of great players with great stats. An example of that, Allen Iverson, one of the only men that we know that can light it up. But his team success, though he did get them to the finals nearly single-handedly, his team success, in my opinion, was always lacking. We're talking about a team, John, that currently right now, the Oklahoma City Thunder, sit 6th, and I'm gonna have to show you too, 6th right now in the Western Conference. If they were in the Eastern Conference, they'd already have a game where they would be hosting a playoff game at this point in the season. We're talking, this is one of the greatest turnarounds in NBA history, from a franchise that had to move and everything that they've gone through over the last 2 years. The only consistent thing that they've had has been Kevin Durant, and he's handled it like a professional, moving cities, picking up, and also getting those young players involved. I mean, they have just a stable of young talent, and I think Kevin Durant, at this point, when he's doing it with young players, he's not doing it with veterans. I mean, name me one solid veteran on there with a tremendous amount of playoff experience, a lot of regular season success. There aren't any. Kevin Durant is the leader of that team, and I think that, to me, has to classify for him getting some MVP mention, and he better be at least a top 3 guy when the votes do come out, John.
I think he probably will be. For those that don't know, the MVP is voted on by 125 folks, 3 media members from each of the 30 NBA cities, and then the other 35 are national guys who cover the league for a long time, well-respected guys that get votes. Kobe and LeBron are always going to be in that mention, but if you look at the stats as of this morning, Kobe Bryant and LeBron James are not 1 and 2 in the scoring. In fact, it's Kevin Durant who is 1/10 of 1 point behind LeBron, and if you look at the rebounds, Kevin has more rebounds per game than LeBron does. The assists, yeah, that's LeBron, but it should be a really interesting finish. We know the MVP award probably doesn't matter that much to Kevin Durant. Maybe it doesn't matter to LeBron or Kobe either, but it's still something worth watching. Kevin Durant deserves to be in that discussion. It's going to be a lot of fun going down the stretch.
And the thing is, you put Kevin Durant in that lineup with the Cleveland Cavaliers, I think they have just as much success. And I believe that is also with LeBron James going to Oklahoma City Thunder, in all fairness. But I think if he was surrounded by talent like that, John, we could be saying this is already a shoo-in for this guy in his 3rd year to win his first MVP.
Followers of TNT and ESPN and NBA TV, let's see how often the Oklahoma City Thunder wind up with a nationally televised game, because that's going to be very telling. Join us tomorrow morning, 6 a.m., for another edition of the Wake Up Call here on the Longhorn Station, AM 1300.